guys, welcome to this episode of the Desa Diaries, Confessions of a Mad Fat Black Woman. As you guys already know, my name is Hadisa, and as you already know, I am a larger lady, I am of colour, and I have, for want of a better word, issues with my mental health. So I guess you guys are probably wondering why super hyper Hadisa is not so upbeat today and not wearing lashes, which is a big thing for me, and surrounded by unicorns. Well, maybe not the unicorn thing, because unicorns are awesome, so why wouldn't I be surrounded by unicorns? So I'm having a bit of a shit day, to be honest, guys. So yeah, I've had to take some time off work today because I've had several panic attacks this morning. So I'm taking what we call a mental health sort of day. And I just kind of wanted to talk about mental health days because I know that a lot of people just seem to think that having a day off to sort of deal with your mental health is sort of like a cop-out, and it's not. So yeah, just wanted to talk about that. So as you guys have known from my blog entries and other videos, I do deal with a lot of panic attacks sometimes. And for me, a panic attack isn't just the actual panic attack, it's the after effect that it has with me. So they do make me very tired and not really coherent and sort of vacant afterwards, and also quite emotional afterwards as well, as you can see. So they physically drain me just because of the actual effect of them on my body. So as I've explained in other videos and stuff, obviously every panic attack is different, but the ones that I've had today are these stereotypical hyperventing sort of ones, and those do have quite a big effect on your body in terms of, like, for example, your heart at the time beats very, very fast, and your muscles compensate for that. And then and then afterwards, when you're trying to calm down, your heart slows down, and your muscles try to compensate for that. So then that causes you actual physical pain when you're coming down from it. So that's kind of quite there. Obviously as well, everything clenches for me, so all of my muscles, they contract, and then my body just feels very sort of heavy afterwards. And yeah, so it just so the actual effect on my body makes it very, very difficult, and I get very, very tired afterwards. A lot of the time in my panic attacks, especially ones like today, which was brought on by I don't even know what, is probably because of something pent up that's already happened. So there's a lot of underlying emotion that I've not been able to deal with, and I've sort of repressed. So then I've put it back into it's all basically come out as a panic attack. So then my body's trying to sort of deal with those emotions. So then I'm sort of quite vacant and stuff afterwards. I'm not really responsive. Simon has had to shut my name several times today because I'm just completely staggering off into space, and I don't really know where I am and what I'm sort of doing. And it's the same as, like, I guess when you have a day when you have one day off for work because you've been violently ill, your body sort of needs to recover from that, and especially for the after effect in terms of emotion. I work in a customer service based job. Although it's not my department, I do deal with customers obviously on a daily basis, and this where I am right now, obviously, if a customer was to talk to me or maybe say something that I took the wrong way, or then that could obviously then escalate today at the moment, or I might be a little bit, off in terms of that. So it's not the best place for me to sort of be in to try and sort of work afterwards. So that's why it's important for me to obviously take that time out just for the day, to then sort of recharge and reboot and come back to work. And this isn't something I take lightly. Anybody who knows me knows that I am a really hard worker. I hate not being able to work properly. I hate the fact that my mental health fucks me up and I can't think straight. and I can't even breathe properly. And I have said several times today that I just want to be normal. Obviously, you know, as you guys already know, my job isn't necessarily my dream job. Obviously, I'm working towards other things and such, but I still want to have a job like a normal person. I'm not a person that uses my mental health as an excuse. I want to go in work, and I want to be able to work and be a normal person, basically, and deal with that sort of thing. So it's not something I take lightly when I do this. It's genuinely really hard for me to not be able to just pick up stuff and just deal with it, and the kind of person I am. I like to be able to, you know, fix things, and I can't fix myself. It's not an easy fix. So I just wanted to show you guys that mental health days, obviously, they are important. Everybody needs time out, even if you don't suffer with mental health. Sometimes people need a mental health day. If you're having a particularly shitty day, in terms of it's your mind isn't working as normal, then you cannot work. You can't. You know, if something particularly traumatic happens to you when you're going to work that day, then, you know, then that can affect you, you know, and you wouldn't be able to work properly. If anything that stops you from working properly should be seen as that. And it's important that now, obviously, offices and companies have started to obviously enforce this into workplaces, which makes it a lot better for people to have those times off, and it's not a stigma anymore, and people aren't going to be like, just, you know, man up, or, you know, grow some balls or whatever, that sort of thing. So I wanted to let's say that to you guys, because it's really, really important. And B, I just wanted to sort of give you a bunch of things that I choose to do after I've you know, had a panic attack, or if I need a mental health day, even if I'm not necessarily working, if I just need a bit of me time, and if, you know, if it's not like got to this point where I am so emotionally sort of drained. Everybody needs a sort of, you know, self-care and self-love. My gran is a massive you know, advocate for this sort of stuff, and she's right. You know, it is important to look after yourself, because otherwise shit gets on top of you, and it's just not nice. So here is a list of things that I do to try and look after myself, and sometimes that works. The majority of the time it works. Like I say, obviously, having anxiety, as bad as I do, sometimes I just, regardless of what I'm doing, even if I'm having particularly good time, sometimes it's pent up stuff. Like, for example, this week has actually been a really good week for me. You know, I'm doing really well at work at the moment. You know, I've made new friends at work, which is great. You know, Simon has come out of isolation now. And we have Oliver back now, which is great. We've got the kid back, you know. So I've got my stepson back and stuff, which is nice. We can spend time with him while them just being in all the time, because obviously Sam was in isolation, we couldn't do that, you know. I have plans to see my mum this weekend. I had plans to see my best friend this weekend. I was feeling really upbeat about stuff, and this today just sort of hit me from the back of sort of nowhere, and I don't really know where it's come from, and that's what's most frustrating for me, because I don't know why I'm like this, and it's really fucking annoying, because on the surface of everything seems to be fine, and all of a sudden just comes out of nowhere. Anyways, I'm going off into a weird sort of tangent thing, and it wasn't the purpose of the video. Anyway, here's a list of things that I do for, you know, to sort of self-care and stuff, so enjoy the list. And remember, guys, it may be cliche, but it's okay not to be okay. And also, you know, like, subscribe, any sort of, you know, comments you have about how you deal with stuff, any suggestions for yourself, any suggestions for other people, and always feel free to DM me, or, you know, about anything that's going on. I'll leave numbers at the end of the video for anybody who's suffering and who wants to talk to somebody professionally, because, as I always say, I'm not professional, and what works for me might just work for me. It might work for you, it might not. And again, like I say, it's okay not to be okay. I love you all. Bye. So, this is a bit awkward. Self-love tip number 1, pampering yourself. So, this isn't just some weird sort of mask that I've got on. This is a Harry Potter sheet mask pampering set. It's Lucy Malfoy. If you know, you know. Slytherin house. What? Even though I'm a Ravenclaw. Anyways, so self-love tip number 1, pampering yourself. In life, I feel like we just like work ourselves very hard and we don't pamper ourselves enough. So sometimes it just starts to just take a little time out and just chill and relax with a face mask, or I don't know, like a manicure, or maybe like get your fiance to rub your feet. Or just anything. Or just something to look after you. This doesn't work for everyone, but I find that white noise sound, like whale noises and stuff, really helps to sort of like center me. It's great for sleep and just for sitting out and taking a minute. Tip number 4, going for a walk. Right, say? Hi, say.
Hi.
So, we've taken ourselves out for a little walk, and this is one of the things that I always try to do anyway when I'm feeling a bit shit, or when I'm not feeling a bit shit. But just getting out, actually sometimes physically getting out of your physical state, like physically out of the house, will help you. And autumn is so pretty, look! It's so pretty! Look at the autumn, guys! Just get out and enjoy the nature. Right, so?
Indeed.
So, exercise is one of the bigger things that I do to self-love. Yes, big girls can lift too. I rock it hard in the gym, and slam balls are actually one of my favourite exercises to do, and they're really good for yourself with the gyms being closed at the moment, because actually it gets all the aggression out, and actually it's really good if, you know, your fiance's pissed you off, you can imagine his face. Oh, so this is self-love tip number, lost count now, sorry. Yeah, this is my all-time favourite thing to do, reading books. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I love reading. It's just a form of like escapism, just sort of like self-lost in a book. Kind of like the tip of going outside as well. If you don't like books, you can always, I don't know, read a magazine, TV guide, comic book, whatever, just sort of gets you out of, you know, your mindset. So just get lost in some words, I guess. Self-love tip number 5, I think it is, we're on. So treat yourself. Now this one we take with a pinch of salt, because as we know, alcohol is a depressant, so we should not be drinking it if we are on antidepressants, because it counteracts completely. Taking something that is a depressant drug, because that's what alcohol is basically, and having something that is a depressant, so antidepressant, also will completely counteract, because this one brings you down while the other one's trying to bring you up, so you're just going to have a complete and utter meltdown. I don't do that. But every now and again, it is good to treat yourself, whether that be with a glass of vino, or a cheeky little, I don't know, cake, or ice cream, or something, or, you know, just being a bit naughty. Whatever, naughty. And there will be people that are saying that, oh, Adisa, well, you're already overweight and you should be trying to lose weight anyway, and you're trying to lose weight and do all those things. And to that I say, kiss my fat ass. Cheers. So this is self-love tip number, I can't remember what number on, but yeah, this is cooking. Yeah, I'm a big girl, I like food, we know it, we got it, get over it. Anyways, so yeah, this is what I do to kind of relax, because it's another thing that I can do to sort of take my mind off anxieties and stuff. And Simon is a trained chef. Well, kind of. I mean, he didn't fully finish training, but he did do some training. So we're really big lovers of food in this household. Even though I'm quite big as well, I am a big advocate of like healthy foods and cooking from scratch. So I do eat healthy. I just eat a lot, and I don't exercise nearly enough. But anyways, this is what I do to relax. I'm making meatballs. They look really good. If you guys want me to do like cooking videos, I don't mind doing those as well. If you want any recipes, I mean, I'm not the best chef in the world, but I can show you some stuff. But yeah, I suggest you do it. Oh, they look good. There's some good balls. Taste this. And this is the final self-love tip that I will give, is getting an early night and getting some rest, and also having some sort of mood lighting within that for yourself there. So I never have like bright lights when I'm asleep, and I have things like fairy lights and my little Beauty and the Beast thing that you can see over there, just because it helps with your REM pattern and stuff. It's also good to chill. I listen to stories and relaxing things, and white noise is one, like I mentioned before, when I'm I like to go to sleep, just sort of get everything out of my system and just sort of try and unwind and get a good night's sleep. So these are my self-love things. Like I say, they might work for you guys, they might not work for you guys, but just a couple of things that I do sort of try and take care of myself. I wanted to end the video on kind of a higher note. Obviously, I was very upset before. A little disclaimer, not sure if I need to say this, but just in case some people are like, oh, well, you know, obviously she's not, like, depressed or whatever because she's fine with the videos. I filmed the first half of this video days ago, in fact, over a week ago. There's not a chance that I could have done half of this stuff on that video today. But yeah, so yeah, that's just it. I think I've said everything I could say before in the first video, so I'm just gonna sign off again. Like I say, you know, remember it's cliche, but it's okay, it's okay. Like, subscribe, comment below, all that malarkey. I'm gonna get some shut eye. You have a good night.